You sold some Nvidia?
Well, we sold a lot of our Nvidia.
Stuff before, yeah.
But, listen, the stock we thought was, too high at the time and would come down. Unfortunately, we didn't buy it when it came back down.
Right.
But, so it's okay. It's really, those stocks like Nvidia is a question. Do you have enough power, okay, for the growth? Do you have the next generation models that can take their chip? So it looks great in 24. It looks great in 25. I have no idea in 26 and 27. I am no idea. Okay, I mean, if I was good, I don't believe my analysts. I don't believe any analysts. I don't trust myself. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know how you know. There's too much. And, you have these multiples out there and how it can go, and the variation of where that earnings can be on the out years is too much. So it's not my preferred vehicle versus other things that I have more confidence in how I can, how we can do in my shop, analysis on the earnings.
But you thought it was important to mention that you'll be playing the energy component of trying to supply all this new technology.
We're trying to understand it better.
But trying to understand it better.
Here's the thing.
I'll tell you. Would you avoid green? Would you embrace green? Would you avoid fossil fuels? Would you embrace fossil fuels, natural gas? Which way would you do it?
I never think I'm that smart, so I just like to use common sense.
I made you out to be really smart.
Okay, you can try, but I'm not going to accept it. But I do have a heck of a lot of common sense, and this is what I know. I talked to some governors, around the country, both sides of the aisle. I'm friendly with everybody, as you know.
Yeah.
They're not going to let their nuclear power come offline. It's not going to happen. It's a joke. Some of these projections on these things are crazy. It has to be, if you're going to meet these power needs of what they need for AI, you're going to have to use natural gas. You're going to have to use natural gas. It's just...
And that comes from drilling.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of it. And, so you have to use... you're going to have to use it. You cannot take if you take a current nuclear plant and you think you're going to get these things, it will never get by these individual, PUCs. It won't. It can't. It's going to hurt the consumer too much. You can't hurt the consumer that much. It's nuts. So I hear these guys talk about, well, if we did this, if I was 7'2", I would have been in the NBA one day. I'm not 7'2". Okay, if you want to say something that can't possibly happen...
You still wouldn't be in the NBA.
No, I would still. I don't have the skills. It's a true story. But
you could be 8'2".
So that's an interest when they say, so I'm trying to understand what really makes sense, what doesn't make sense.
Right.
And, we're trying to figure that out right now. But it's fascinating to me. It's fascinating when you look at these tech stocks. It's fascinating in a video, or you look at some of these things. Can you do for different reasons? There's different things as you go out years, different things that have to happen to make the growth projections happen. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just not smart enough to know if they will. I know the probabilities that they will or not, but I can't. No, I mean, it's what it is. Okay, so I recognize those things, and people are making assumptions they're going to happen 100%. Well, the United States is a great country, and we innovate like heck, and, things do happen this way, and usually you have flies in
We do have a fly. We have a fly.
One particular one, and if I get him, I'm telling you, I'm not even going to kill him. I'm not going to kill him right away. I'm not going to kill him right away.
Dare I ask you how the election plays into all of this?
So with the election, I am a big proponent of split government. And right now, as you're more than aware of, it looks like the Senate is Republican and the House is Democratic, and I'm loving life. And I don't care. I'm talking purely from this show. Okay, I don't care.
And what would you do if it was a sweep?
If it's a sweep on either side?
Democrat sweep.
So I'll just, and I don't want to talk about it that much politics, but I'll just say in general, you have a populist on one side and a progressive populist on the other. And if I listen to what happy day I hear more giveaways and more of that. So do I want all Democrats? No. Do I want all Republicans? No. I don't want more. Again, from a pure economics, there's other considerations, which is just not the show to talk about. But from this market perspective, an economic perspective, what's good for the economy, I want to split government. And I don't want all Democrats, and I don't want all Republicans.
And you think at the moment...
If I'm thinking about the markets.
No, and you think at the moment it's not impacting the markets either way, because you think that the expectation is that it's going to be split.
Well, not only the expectation's there. People bet on it. The betting markets are that way, that it's split. Right. And as long as it's split, and this may be a problem because the market thinks it's going to be split right now. So if it gets surprised, that could be a problem for the markets. But as long as it's a split, the market's going to be fine. They will not care. Because they're not going to let them do the things they talk about.
So, David, are you afraid to play AI directly? You're doing the sort of downstream ways of doing it. I mean, is it too hard to figure out? There's Nvidia, but
no. Listen, you have
what besides Nvidia and energy could?
Well, we have the regular stocks like a Meta has been a big beneficiary of AI.
Right. Llama.
All these. I mean, and they just in how they do models, how they monetize their business, and other
is that a
like
big
Amazon.
Trend for you, or is there something else?
It's a question how much is in the stocks and how much the next generation is, how much more, because they've gotten pretty good returns, I think, more than people appreciate in one of these numbers, and so they could have near-term all these stocks could have near-term surprises. Yeah. So the question is, what is it as it goes further out?
When you say surprises on the upside or downside?
Well, surprises on the upside if they can change the models, and some of the base earnings are good enough to give support for those stocks. Versus, we talked about, and I kind of like Nvidia, the price, okay, so don't get me wrong. I could just love it, okay? But you have to believe more in that versus...
Are you not a believer that long-term for AI to actually work and to be a meaningful contributor to the economy, that Nvidia's margins ultimately have to come down? Meaning, as long as they have, it was like 70% margin, 80% margins on some of these chips, it's amazing, and God bless them for it. But at some point, to make this whole thing economical, I imagine those margins are going to have to come down.
It depends how much they make, right? But look, it's another concern potentially.
Do you have any Lilly, Novo? You have any healthcare? You got any biotech?
Are you asking me if I
just trying to get as much as I can? Nope. I'm just saying. You watch Lilly? Lilly has been a growth stock.
No, I don't have.
So no healthcare.
Can I go back to China again?
Which I think is the biggest thing that people really have to go and understand it, because it has implications all over in bonds, currencies, and stocks. And we didn't talk about the currencies and bond side.